I finally broke out of the pattern of yo-yo diets by doing the one thing I was so scared to do. I broke the rules. So what are these so-called rules? They're unwritten and not actually rules at all, but it's what so many of us do when we're actually successful in losing a bit of weight. We think that it's somehow a given and that we're just gonna have to continue to white knuckle this diet forever. What if there was a way to come out of your diet without gaining all the weight back? I'm here to tell you there is a way, and that's exactly what I'm going to break down in this video so you can quit starving yourself, keep the weight off, and get back to your life. I'm Coach Carissa, owner and founder of Busybody Nutrition, and this channel is all about educating you on the fat loss cycle so you can lose weight predictably and permanently. And today we're discussing the permanent part. There are 3 things most people are missing when it comes to making their hard-earned weight loss results permanent. So first, if you want to make your results stick and prevent your body from rapidly regaining the weight, you need a reverse calorie taper. Second, if you want to get your energy back, regulate your cravings, and know for a fact that your new way of eating is sustainable, you need to establish your new maintenance intake. Third, if you want to just get back to living your life, take that vacation, regain some flexibility, and forever know that nothing is off limits, you will need to master the skill of auto-regulation. Let's dive right in. Picture this. You just finished a successful fat loss phase. You're 30 pounds lighter, and none of your clothes fit. They're all loose. You try on that old pair of jeans you never thought you'd be able to button, but you kept them anyways because you had a sliver of hope that maybe one day you would. And today is that day. You see yourself in the mirror and you think, damn, is that really me? And it almost makes you cry. You're just so damn stoked with your progress. So imagine yourself in that state. How hard would you fight to keep that feeling, to never go back? Here's the reality. It doesn't matter how hard you're willing to fight to keep the results if you simply don't know what to do. This is not a matter of effort. It's a matter of having a plan, an exit plan for your diet. In order to make your results permanent, not only must you end your diet on time, you must exit your diet properly. And doing so consists of the 3 things we're discussing today. But mark my words, without these 3 components, you're just at the bottom of what could be another yo-yo diet round. So listen up and take notes. Let's start at the top with your reverse calorie taper. This is just like it sounds. This is the inverse of what you implemented in phase 2, which I discussed in depth in this video. What you are doing here is slowly easing out of your calorie deficit and back to the caloric and nutritional needs required for you to function at your best and maintain your new weight. Simple, but so important. If you refeed too fast, your recently suppressed metabolism will be unable to use the excess calories fully for repair and energy, and your body will be forced to store a portion of those excess calories as body fat, and that doesn't need to happen. Slow and steady wins the permanent results here. You must slowly refeed in order to give your body time for your metabolism to get back up to speed again so you don't rapidly regain body fat. Usually an increase of 300 to 500 calories at a time is perfectly appropriate to begin with. But it's not just about the math here. After being in a deficit for an extended period of time, like 8 to 12 weeks or so, our cravings can rear their ugly head pretty hard, especially at the end. We also often want to celebrate our success by splurging. So it's a physical and a psychological craving attack here, which is super powerful. So what do you do with that? If it fits your macros, right? Yes, but let me explain. It's not that flexible dieting doesn't work. It definitely does. But if you invite in massive temptation while your physical and psychological cravings are at an all-time high, we find that the dopamine hit from that first cheat meal will override your best intentions every time. So it's much easier to avoid the compromising position altogether. So let me share a secret with you that has worked tremendously well for our clients. Here at Busybody Nutrition, we implement a principle we have come to call Refeed Clean. What that means is while you reverse out of your diet, you do so with some extra clean eating guidelines. It's very important that you don't go off the rails here the second your deficit ends if you want your results to be permanent. One day soon, you will be able to reintroduce all the foods you love and miss. And yes, there is a way to keep those in your life forever. But I can't emphasize this enough. Right now is not that time. And I strongly believe this step is why so many struggle with regaining the weight they fought so hard to lose. You simply cannot trust your mind or your body at the end of a caloric deficit. When starvation cravings kick in, both physically and psychologically, really think about what you're drawn to. Is it well-balanced whole foods? Or is it typically high-fat, high-sugar, ultra-processed foods that call your name? Exactly. Eating junk food at this time will confuse your hunger signals like crazy and will make overconsumption extremely easy until your metabolism is fully restored. So, when we refeed, we do it clean. That means quality proteins and fats and extremely complex carbs that are high in volume but lower in caloric density. If you want more info on that, let me know in the comments, but that covers component number 1, which is your reverse calorie taper. The second component in phase 3 is understanding your new maintenance intake. We're not just refeeding indefinitely, we are refeeding until we reach your new maintenance intake. And it is not the same as it was before you lost the weight. Understand that your new body has new needs. One of the reasons so many regain the weight back is that they simply never established their new dietary needs. This is why it is so important to continue tracking your food and staying as disciplined as you were in phase 1 and 2 until you restore your metabolism completely. The work is simply not done until it's done. We need to be as accurate as possible in understanding what you're consuming and what your body is doing with it. 3 things to pay attention to there. 1, once your body stats begin to flatline. 2, once energy is fully restored. And 3, once hunger signals have re-regulated themselves, we have a very good idea of what this new maintenance intake will be to maintain your new body. While numbers will vary, more often than not, we find maintenance to be somewhere between what you were consuming in your priming period in phase 1, like we discussed in this video, and what you were consuming in the middle of your cut in phase 2, like we discussed in this video. And quick disclaimer, if you change your activity, this will certainly lead to changes in your caloric needs, so just keep that in mind. So that covers component number 2, which is establishing your new maintenance intake. And the third and final component of making your results permanent is truly the fun part. This comes only after your reverse calorie taper is over and after new maintenance calories are established. At this point, your metabolism is fully restored, your body and mind have settled into their new being, and all of that is truly amazing. But there's still a little work left to be done in order to unlock the freedom we all want once we reach our goal bodies. So this is when we get to implement the principle of autoregulation. Autoregulation is just what it sounds like. It's your ability to auto-regulate your nutritional needs, your activity, and your recovery quite intuitively. It takes some practice, and it's not totally passive. It never can be. But with enough practice, this skill can become pretty subconscious, which truly makes the experience of managing your health and your weight seem effortless and tremendously rewarding. When you master this skill, you'll become the one that confounds your friends and family. They will have a hard time understanding how it is that you look so amazing, yet never diet anymore, and certainly never skip on dessert. So what's the kicker? Sounds kind of too good to be true, right? Nope, and I'll explain why next week. I know. I promise I'm not holding out. It's just that as I got into the meat of this final point, I strongly felt that the topic deserves its very own video and that doing so would be way more helpful for you guys. Autoregulation is one of the most important subjects for you to master, so it deserves its own lesson. So if you want the skills it takes to stay lean for the rest of your life, get strong, and enjoy all your favorite foods, guilt-free, without obsessing over every single calorie, you're not going to want to miss next week's video. So subscribe and turn on that notification bell to ensure you do not miss out. I'll see you next week.